welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on All About the Mouse. This is a monthly hop held on the first Monday of every month where we get an inspiration piece from Shannon or one of the other ladies that participate in the hop, and we create a Disney-based or Disney layout based on this inspiration piece. This is today's inspiration piece. It's a beautiful sunset with a wonderful quote about happiness showing a photo of Minnie and Mickey Mouse. I have sitting here on my desk a pile of Disney product. I have lots and lots of Disney product available here, and I was trying to go through it a little bit just to decide what I was or wasn't going to use. I pared down some papers. I have two photos here. My kids with Minnie and Mickey at Disneyland or at Disney World. I have 3 sets of 12 by 12 sticker sheets sitting here from Echo Park's Magical Adventure. Actually, both of these are from Echo Park's Magical Adventure. This one's Magical Adventure 2, and then Photo Plays A Day at the Park. I have those. I have some ephemera here in these little packages. I have some of the Doodlebug shape sprinkles in Disney colors. Some enamel dots in Disney colors. This is a bag. Some stars in Disney colors. Some alphas. I think these are from Elle's Studio, maybe Hip Kit. And then some black and silver alphas. Pretty sure I picked up at Walmart. They look Disney to me, and they've been in my Disney product. Everybody say hello to Jasper. I have Say Cheese 4 from Simple Stories chipboard stickers, and then 5 sheets of paper. I have this piece that has the yellow on one side. This is from Color Play. It is very glossy. I'm using it for the yellow. I have Magical Adventures 2 from Echo Park. I'm using it for the plaid. This came from a paper pad, so I'm thinking Echo Park. I'm not positive. And then 2 more sheets of Echo Park paper, the red dot and the wordy bit, and a giant kitty sitting on my desk. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to get started. I'm going to grab a piece of white cardstock because I also have some rub-ons from Spectrum Gardenia sitting here that I wanted to play with, as well as some stickers and brads and bits and pieces. So I'll be right back. No worries, no kitties were harmed in the process of removing him from my desktop. I'm being silly. He got down on his own. So I'm digging out some of the rub-ons. I had pulled these for yesterday's Scraplift Crafternoon layout and then didn't use them. And instead of putting them away, I kind of left them out so that I could perhaps play with them with this layout, because some of the colors from Spectrum Gardenia are in the colors that I'm using on this layout. I am using one of my Distress inks. Salty Ocean, I think, is the one that this one is, and it is very pale when I'm trying to get it to show up on this white background with this packaging technique. I do get a little bit more on there as I go. It's very subtle, and that's fine. I don't mind the subtleness of the ink. I'm going to clean that little space up, and now I'm going to pull in my the rub-ons that I want to use. I'm going to use the aqua colored one, and I'm going to cut it half-ish. It's not a perfect cut. I am not somebody who cuts things perfectly straight. There's a little bit of purple still there, and I'm going to leave that there. I could have cut that out and not used it, but yeah, it's a splatter. It's nice. I think I end up putting a heart or something up there anyway, so it's not very noticeable. I am hoping to not cover up my rub-ons. I'm going to set the black wordy ones off to the side for now, And now I'm gonna get out my trimmer and I'm gonna start cutting. I believe I cut this paper directly in half so that I have a 6 by 12 sheet. And then I'm gonna do some paper tearing by hand. If you are new here, one of the things that I dislike about paper tearing, I love the look. I don't like the really thick white border left behind. So I try, as I'm doing here, to remove any of the super thick white pieces because I just want that narrow white piece. And I should have just grabbed my tearing ruler because that enables you to do that a lot easier. I didn't, and I should have. Part of my reluctance to grab that ruler is because my little fuzzy orange kitten likes those drawers, and she gets into them and pulls things out and takes off with them. She's a little tiny thief. I think it's funny that I just did a layout calling Jasper a little thief when she is definitely a bigger thief than he ever thought about being. She gets into all the things. I'm gonna tear both sides of this little strip here. I think I tore off about a 1.5 inch strip. For now, I'm setting aside the torn bits because sometimes I save those and I use them. I don't on this layout, unfortunately, and that's okay. Sometimes I just like to be prepared. I'm gonna do this again with the plaid piece. I get a lot more of the whiter white pieces when I tear here, and that's kind of where I stopped there. I was kind of getting annoyed with that. I'm only going to tear one side of the plaid because I'm going to tuck it under that floral piece. And a lot of my Disney paper is on the older side. I have some newer things as well, but most of my Disney product is very, very much older because I bought a whole bunch of it when I started printing out photos for it, and I have enough to finish the entire album and then got sick to death of the color scheme. So I think it's funny that I've actually pulled out some of that product here. I am taking this Color Play piece of paper, or Photo Play, I'm not sure which, because some of the product I have from the Photo Play company, I'm so sad they're going out of business, or they're out of business, was from their sister products, which was Color Play, and those are a lot more glossy than the regular Photo Play. Again, if you're new here, I don't like glossy paper all that much. I use it occasionally. I have, like I said, I have some of it in here in my Disney stuff from previous purchases. And I probably bought it all online and didn't realize that it was glossy until it got to my home. I do have to apologize that I have cut off the bottom of my filming space. I moved my phone holder recently for another thing, and I haven't quite got it back where it belongs. Hopefully I have that fixed for my next video because I'm very annoyed that you can't see the bottom half of, or the bottom part of my layout. You will be able to see the whole thing at the end of the video in the close-ups as well. So I decided to pull some of these chipboard wordy bits, Hello Magic, and then some of the stars and hearts from that piece just to add to my layout. And I have glued a lot of the things down now, and I found this little card here, and I'm going to cut out one of the cameras for this layout. I'm choosing this light aqua one with the red heart because it matches the rest of my colors really well. Pretty sure that this is a cut apart from one of the Simple Stories collections, probably the very first one that they put out. Anyway, I have that, and I cut that out, and now I've just got to decide where it's going to end up. It does, I believe, end up on the lower right-hand side of the layout. I'm just going to set it aside and take a good look at these 12 by 12 sticker sheets that I have 3 of pulled for this. I tend to pull more product than I know I'm going to use, and I do that kind of intentionally because I want to make sure that I have plenty of things to play with while I'm on camera, so I don't have to go digging things out. Once in a while I do have to go dig things out, not really a favorite thing of mine to do. I am pulling some of the black Wordy Bit rub-ons, and it has some splatters and stuff, and I'm going to tuck those under the edge of those photos on the lower left hand side. There's Penny again. She likes to be right in the middle of recording, and in case you're wondering why I don't lock my kitties out of my space, it's because my scrapbooking space is housed in the loft area of this house. There's no door. There is no way to lock them out. And I wouldn't anyway, because they would bang on the door and scream. So it would be kind of pointless to do that. I'm getting those rubbed on. It's not a perfect thing because I'm kind of tucking underneath glued down items. But I want to get some more of these rub-ons used. And now I'm going to pull in these chipboard pieces that I have pulled from that chipboard phrase set. I think there's like 3 stars and a heart, and I'm just going to kind of mix them up. I pulled 2 gold hearts out from one of the ephemera packs. I have that banner that's going at the top. You probably saw me use my powder tool, which you can see up there on the upper right hand side by my ink pad, to take the sticky off. I tend to do that when I'm going to be using foam adhesive. And I knew that I wanted to pop that banner up on foam adhesive, and same with these other stickers that I'm pulling. I pulled 2 phrases. That one says, "Look who I met," with an arrow. And then the second phrase, I'm going to pull from that phrase sheet that's on the left-hand side underneath my bone folder. Here I'm still kind of being picky about where I'm sticking that camera. And I believe this is where I find the phrase. I'm kind of reading them through because I thought I found one earlier and then forgot where it was located on the actual sticker sheet. So that took a little hot minute. I'm going to end up layering those 2 phrase stickers at the bottom of my photos next to those chipboard pieces and ephemera pieces. I don't think I use any of the enamel shapes at all. I did pull them, all 3 sets. I think one's a Simple Stories, and one, of course, is Doodlebug because it's still in the packaging. And then I have a set of stars that I'm not sure where those came from. They might be from Photoplay. I'm not positive. There's no packaging anymore associated with them. I dug out one of my larger labels. These are Illustrated Faith labels, and if you're new here, I love to journal on labels, and I tend to buy the ones that I can print just over and over. Again, these came from illustratedfaith.com, and if you go to their website and search labels, you're able to find them. I got this layout completely done. I did cut out a label and added my journaling, used some foam adhesive on a few things here. The 2 hearts and that banner that I placed at the top. I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. If you are new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Just click that button down below. I do interact with my subscribers, so if you have any comments or questions about this layout, just drop those below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I hope that you guys have a great Monday and a great rest of your week. Bye.